Hello everyone, I'm John Brewer, for those of you who don't know me, and I've been teaching Qigong here at Wellness Within for almost 4 years and having a great time, adapting to current times by making these videos. So this video, and again I said Qigong teacher, and for those who may not know, Qigong is often called Chinese yoga. If you wanted to put it in a nutshell, it's cultivation of life force energy. So what I'm going to offer here inside of about 25 minutes is what my teacher Roger Yanka refers to as a 10-minute routine. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to teach 4 different practices. Sometimes they'll be combined, but it's movement, one way, one avenue for cultivating life force energy. Breathing is another. Self-massage is another, and meditation is a fourth. And we'll actually add sound and using our mind's focus for visualization as well. So 10-minute routine. You want to check out my teacher Roger Yanka, go to the Institute of Integral Tai Chi and Qigong. What I'm going to be sharing with you, you have access to on the YouTube video at Wellness Within, and there'll also be some links to the practices I'm sharing with you as well of my teacher Roger and others. So you'll have multiple resources, including some handouts or attachments that you'll have if you want to go a little deeper with what I'm going to be sharing with you. So most times the Qigong sequence will start off with a warm-up. And so the warm-up today is called beating the heavenly drum. So to do this warm-up, go ahead and place your feet about shoulder width apart. And by the way, there's chairs behind me because I'm going to do at least one of our activities sitting down, and all of these activities can be done standing or seated. Okay, so the warm-up, beating the heavenly drum, is especially good for dispelling energy, starting your day by just letting go of the fogginess of sleep, or after a period of work at a computer, to shake off sluggishness and dispel any energy that's contracted or not serving. So that's one of the functions of this. So in China, at Taoist temples, it's common to have a tower with a drum in it. So if you can visualize a drum facing down with the beating of the drum coming this direction, we're going to use this part of our hand right here. Our fists are going to be just lightly, not clenched, but lightly closed. And I'll show you the movement first, and then we'll add the breathing. So let's do it in slow motion to start with. So we're just going to, with our feet about shoulder width apart, we're just going to raise our arms in front. And I'm going to be your mirror, so I'm going to be using the opposite hand. I'm going to refer to this, it's my right hand, but I'm going to refer to it as my left hand because that'll help you just to mirror my movements. So very slowly, my left hand is going to come across my body, and I reach up to bang the heavenly drum. And then I'm going to come back to the starting position and go to the opposite side. Now you could choose to keep your feet flat on the floor to do this. And if you're trying this in slow motion with me, you might notice it puts a little extra pressure on the knees and ankles, even the hips. So I really like to lift my heel off the floor when I do this. It takes a lot of pressure off my joints. Coming back to the center, and then this way. Now let's stay here at the center for a minute, and what's helping to support this movement is I'm turning my hips and shifting my weight. My left hand now is going up to beat the heavenly drum. My right hand is coming behind my body. Back to the starting position, right hand in front, left hand behind, foot coming up off the floor, or the heel coming up off the floor. Back to center. Let's speed it up a little bit and give it a try, just the movement. And come to center and relax. Now we'll add the breathing. Again, remember, this is an opportunity to dispel. So an out breath is a chance to dispel. In breath is a chance to draw in fresh energy. So we're starting with an in breath. And then as we bang the heavenly drum, it's an out breath. It's okay if you breathe in and out the nose or mouth or both. Just a nice deep in breath and a complete out breath. Here's the in breath. So, you can be gentle with the in-breath and out-breath, or you can do it forcefully. If you're doing it forcefully, pay attention to sort of your balance and watch out for a tendency to become dizzy. So, we can also add sound. And you are at home, or in maybe your home office, maybe you're practicing alone or just with one or two other people, and sound is such a big part of Qigong. So here's a great time to add sound. Any sound. I mean, the sound of that drum might make or any other sound. So I'm just going to continue beating the heavenly drum and make sounds and invite you to play around with some sound as you do this. So breathing in. Boom. 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 Boom, 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 ha, ha, hoo, hoo, boom. Last one, boom. And just relax for a minute. And just notice the energy in and around your body. And breathe. This is the practice called beating the heavenly drum, and there'll be an attachment, a handout that'll describe sort of the history of this practice and also the movements themselves. So I hope you enjoyed that. So we'll next move on to a breathing exercise. So we have stirred up quite a bit of qi with this warm-up. And the good thing about this warm-up is, the beating of a heavenly drum in a Taoist temple had two purposes. One was ceremonial, and another was to alert the temple of potential encroaching danger. So the idea is to activate alertness. So I hope that you're having some sense of energy flowing, some sense of release, maybe even some release of tension, and enhanced alertness. So we're going to continue to work with this energy. Here we have purified our qi and caused our qi to circulate with this movement of beating the heavenly drum. We're going to continue to work on that. We want to break up any contraction that we can, or any tension, any stress, any blockages, to have free flow of energy in our system, our energy system, our bodies, our emotions, our minds, and our spirits. So our next practice is called the gathering breath. The movements are very simple. Of course, it's going to focus on breathing, but we're going to use our capacity for visualization too. Because we'll just do the movements and I'll introduce you to the visualization. So here we are standing on the floor, and beneath that is the earth. And we're actually going to sink down, just a little squat down, sink down, and visualize your hands going down into the earth, the yin force, the primal feminine energy. And then just draw, as you rise up, just draw that earth energy up. Now the hands, we're going in slow motion here, are traveling through the biosphere, and we're gathering from life all around, and we're reaching up into the sky, the heavens, the cosmos, and we're drawing down the energy of the sky, the yang energy, the masculine energy. Let's do that again. Have a sense, visualize your hands sinking down into the earth, drawing this earth energy up through the soles of your feet. It's almost like a spring of energy coursing upward. We're gathering energy from the biosphere. And then imagine a fountain of light, just you're being showered in a fountain of light. And these energies, earth and sky, meeting here, it's like an alchemical mixture where we're creating an inner elixir. Can think of it even as medicine. So to start adding the breathing, we're going to breathe in, and we want deep, slow, regulated in-breath and out-breath. But we're all going to have a different pace to that breathing. So as we do this movement a few times, feel free to go faster or more slowly than I'm going to match your breathing pace. Okay? And if it doesn't feel right this first time to coordinate the breathing, just have deep, slow, full breaths. So the invitation right now is to take a big breath in and sink down, slow, regulated out breath. Gathering the earth energy, breathing in, slow, regulated in breath, gathering from the biosphere, and gathering from the heavens, and drawing that energy down on the out breath. Let's do this 2 more times. Breathing in here, and breathing out here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Nice, deep, luxurious in-breath. Breathing out. And one more time. Breathing in. Breathing out and relax. So we do this practice and all of our Qigong practices as a way to support health, happiness, and deep fulfillment of life, and to support ourselves with physical health, emotional health, mental health, and spiritual well-being too. I'll add one little piece with the gathering breath. We have been focusing on our respiratory system, but there are 1,000+ energy gates on the surface of the body that modern science calls acupuncture points. And we'll do it one more time and just have a sense, use your capacity to visualize as if your whole body were breathing in fresh, healing qi. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out and relax. And notice, what does it feel like inside your body right now? Around your body? So we've done a movement, the banging on the heavenly drum. Now we've done the gathering breath. In addition to this video, there'll be a link to my teacher, Roger Yonka, who's speaking about and demonstrating the gathering breath as well. So I want you to have many resources, as many as I can provide in this format. Okay, we're going to move on now. You can see how we're mixing things like movement and breath. And we're now going to do another mixture here where we're going to be bouncing or shaking for part or all of this next sequence. And then we're going to be tapping on our body. Tapping is a form of self-massage and a way to support the free flow of energy. It helps to get sort of dislodge contraction. And it supports our energy systems, including the circulatory, respiratory, lymph system, but also in traditional Chinese medicine, the meridians, the energy systems that run and course like rivers of light through our bodies. So we'll start this with just kind of bouncing and shaking. So with the gathering breath, we were gathering qi. Here we're going to be purifying and directing qi more. Purifying, getting the energy flowing, releasing obstacles. We're just bouncing and shaking. And then just come to a rest. Now, I'm going to continue bouncing and shaking with the tapping that's coming next. But if it feels more comfortable for you to simply stand and do the tapping, please feel free to do that. And we're going to start right here, tapping with open hands on the abdomen area, around the belly button. This is the lower dantian. This is the center of our physical and energy body. It's where our primordial Jing Qi that we were born with, that we have to support us throughout our life. Tapping here, connecting with the pelvic bowl, the pelvic floor. The kidneys are, the dantian is a third of the way behind the belly button toward the back. Kidneys are directly in back, so it's really our energy system, primarily physical energy that I'm supporting here. Stirring up qi, getting qi moving and flowing from our very center. All right, now just kind of move from there by extending one of your arms, either one, with the palm up. As I said, I'm going to continue bouncing. It just can have a sense of moving qi, releasing, circulating. You know, if you feel more comfortable standing without the bouncing, please feel free. So now the tapping, we're going to start with an open hand on the shoulders. Reach back as far as is comfortable, and then tap down the arm. A little at a time. Nice, big, deep, flowing breaths. All the way to the fingertips. Turn the hand palm down and tap. Back up to the shoulder. Turn the thumb up and tap. Down the arm, thumb up. Tapping, tapping, all the way to the fingertips. And then just on the pinky side, tap the underside of the arm until you get here to the armpits. Lots of lymph glands right in here. We want that lymph system open and flowing. And then tapping down the side of your body. Taking a moment to center again. And then extending, palm up. And tapping shoulder. Down the arm to the fingertips. And palms down, tapping back up to the shoulder. Thumb up, tapping down, all the way to the end of the fingertips. And then the pinky, tapping from the pinky up the arm to the armpits. Really working on lymph flow, part of our purification system. And then down the side. Back to our belly, our center. Now let the hands gravitate to the back to support the kidneys. You might bend over a little bit if it's comfortable. You can do this seated, of course. Bending over, tapping up toward the kidneys. Tap, tap, tap. And then we're going to go down the buttocks, down the back of the legs. Now you can bend your knees if you want to here or not, but just tap all the way down the back of the legs. Come then forward to the front of the legs and tap your way up. Get to the groin, spend a little time there. An important energy channel through the groin area. And then allow the hands to come to the outside of the legs. Here we're going to tap down. I like to tap with a degree of force, and it can be very gentle though, whatever feels right for you. Tap all the way down. You can bend your knees if it helps. Come around your tiptoes and come up the inner part of your leg, both legs. Back here to the groin, back to the belly, and relax. Let's take a big cleansing breath together. Oh, that's a sigh of relief. Anytime in any of these movements or practices, feel free to let go of any sound. Oh, it's good. Creates a vibration, helps release what's stuck and unneeded or stagnant and generate more life force energy. All right, wonderful. What do we have next here? Oh, well, we have a wonderful, actually it's a movement practice called cloud hands or conserved chi. And I think it's very meditative. So remember I talked about movement, breath, self-massage, and now we're going to concentrate on meditation using cloud hands. Now as I teach this to you, if you haven't learned it before, there's a degree of complexity. So at first you're getting comfortable with learning the movements, and so it might not seem so much like meditation. But once you learn it, it is just so elegant and peaceful and meditative. And there's a video clip that I'm going to provide along with this video. Right underneath the video, you'll have a link to click on. It's my teacher Roger showing cloud hands as well, talking about it. So let's just learn cloud hands together. And this is where we'll conclude today's 10-minute routine. When I say 10-minute routine, it's you could extend it longer by having more repetitions or doing the tapping longer, or you could do it in as little as 10 minutes quite easily. Also, you can consider this sequence of practices as a menu for what Roger calls momentary methods. So maybe just some tapping at some point during your day would feel great. So consider it available to you as a routine or to excerpt momentary methods from. Okay, and I've done 2 other sets of these that are in the Wellness Within YouTube channel. So this is the 3rd one, so lots of choices now. So we're going to do cloud hands. You can stay standing if you're comfortable that way, or you could be seated. So we're going to start this way. Simply allow the hands to raise up in front of you. Now, my left hand, your right hand, is going to be stationary for a while here. So my right hand, your left hand, is going to start extending out and drawing an oval. It's coming across about belt level right now, and I'm turning my hips to the right. And now my left hand is coming up, it's passing. I could even clap those 2 hands together. It's passing the hand that was stationary, passing, and while it passes it, coming up to about chin level, the hand that was stationary drifts down about belt level. Now we turn our hips, and we can visualize these 2 hands as clouds in the sky. And the movement is being created by the turning of our hips. And as we get to now the left side, the 2 hands simply pass one another. It's interesting sometimes as they're passing just to see if you can sense some energy between the two hands. So now that left hand is down and the right hand is up. I'm simply turning my hips here. And it's as if there are two clouds, one higher in the sky, one lower. And I'm now turning, facing the right side. And now the two hands simply trade places. Turn my hips toward the left. The two hands float across like as if there were clouds in the sky. And then once more. And now, to close, the two hands pass once again, and then they cross into what they call the Tai Chi cross, like this. And to conclude our practice, we open our hands and reach down into the earth, to Ken, and draw the earth energy up through the soles of our feet, as if it were a spring coming up, carrying nourishing yin energy. We're passing through the biosphere, gathering life force from all around, reaching up into the sky. Now it's like a fountain of light, the energy from above and below, infusing us. And here we can think of this energy circulating to every single cell, each cell almost smiling, and even some energy being stored, conserved in our bone marrow. Take a moment just to notice as we're closing. So this has been a delight for me once again, and I really want to wish you just the very, very best in this challenging time, the very best in terms of your health, your happiness, and fulfillment in life. And I'm just delighted to have this opportunity to share these practices which have meant so much to me, and I hope that you're getting benefit from them as well. Hope to do another video in a month or so, and wishing you well. Take good care.